there, I'm Sixteen Ramos with Innovators Journey. On this show, we feature the thinkers and doers who are inspiring change in their communities and beyond. Today's guest is hitting all the right notes, quite literally. Elizabeth Tedesco is the owner of Putnam Music Center and a dedicated music educator specializing in violin and viola instruction. Since 2016, she's helped shape a space where students of all ages can grow, perform, and fall in love with music. With camps, private instruction, and a strong local presence, Elizabeth is keeping the music alive in more ways than one. Elizabeth, it's such a joy to have you with us.
Thank you for having me today.
I'm really excited to talk about this. So, you've been teaching violin and viola at Putnam Music Center since 2016, and you are now the owner of the Music Center. So, what inspired your journey into music education and business ownership?
Well, from playing pretend in preschool, I always dreamed of becoming a teacher. And then I started playing the violin at the age of 5 years old. And then my passion and love for music just blossomed from there. At 17, I was a volunteer at an after school music program where I taught violin classes. And that's when my passion, and I knew that I wanted not to just teach violin, but I also wanted to run my own music center. Fast forward, after 2021, my three sons are finally in full-time school, and I decided it was time to go back and get my master's degree in music education. In 2023, I finished my degree, and the former owner of the store was talking about retiring. And in March of 2024, my dream came true, and I purchased the music center.
That's fascinating. What an incredible journey. Now, Putnam Music Center has been around for quite some time. What do you think truly sets it apart from other music centers in the area?
So we're not just a music store. We have retail, we have lessons for all ages, instrument repair, group classes that include orchestra, rock band, guitar, music theory, choir, kinder music, which is from ages, believe it or not, birth to 7. We have camps and lessons, and we even have homeschool groups. We sell all types of instruments needed for the band, orchestra, guitar, keyboard, or piano, and we also have all the musical supplies that are needed to take care of those instruments. We also have sheet music and books, amplifiers, microphones, cables, and any other supplies or accessories needed. They're always in stock, and our music teachers are always able to do private or group lessons, and they'll have you performance ready or audition ready for any NISMA or any other event.
Wow, it sounds like a one-stop shop for music lovers.
It definitely is.
Now, can you tell us more about the types of students and programs you serve at the Music Center?
Yes, so we have lessons from birth to adult. Our oldest student is currently 93 years young. He plays the piano. And then, like I was saying before, we have our kinder music program that's for birth to 7 years old. And these group classes for kinder music include the use of small percussive instruments. There's singing, there's dancing, and it promotes whole child development. They do cognitive, social, emotional, physical, language development with the family center, and it's music making. I also have the choir, which is for any child that loves to sing. We currently have two siblings that are in kindergarten and it goes all the way up to 12th grade. I have two chamber orchestra groups, one for grades 3 to 6 and the other is for grades 7 to 12. And the focus of the chamber groups is not just to have the children play music together, but to listen to each other and focus on the individual parts and have clarity. We have a rock band that's for grades 6 to 12, and they take current and older rock songs and they try to let the students harmonize together. And then we have a class which is very different. We have an Afro-Brazilian beats drum class that has two sessions, one for ages 5 to 12 and the other is for 13 to adult. And both classes, they learn to focus on traditional rhythms and instruments playing together, but also for the children, it also involves listening skills, which is something a little hard to do, but this also involves a call and response. And for the adults, we have music and guitar theory classes, whoever wants to further their musicality and learn more about chords and progressions.
That's very comprehensive. All sorts of genres, all sorts of skills.
Yes, definitely.
Now, I hear that you also are offering a Broadway camp and an orchestra camp. What can participants expect from those experiences, and how do they help students grow musically?
So our Broadway camp is for grades 3 to 12. It's a 4-week long production, and we're going to do all different types of Disney tunes. It's going to be a cabaret theme. So the last day of camp, they're going to get to sing a show, and they're going to have not just group songs, but individual solos. In the group songs, the children will learn the harmonies and sing together. but we feel that every child should have a solo and a chance to shine. So we want each child to feel like a star. So there'll be singing and dancing, plus fun and games will be incorporated into their camp day. And then we have an orchestra camp for grades 3 to 7. The last day will also feature a group performance of the songs and exercises that the children are learning during the 2-week camp. There's going to be musical games. There's going to be theory, rhythms will be incorporated. And it's not just to have fun, but it's also going to help the children improve on their note reading, rhythms, and dynamics. So the camp will help the children to listen to each other, follow bowings in the music, and this won't just help their performances in my store, but it will also help them in the performances in school orchestra.
Well, talk about making learning fun.
Yes.
Now, for parents and students who want to learn more and take advantage of your programs, what's the best way to get in touch?
Well, definitely take a look at our website, which is putnammusiccenter.com. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, and you can always just reach me through email, which is info@putnammusiccenter.com, and I'll gladly answer any questions.
Wonderful. Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much for sharing your story and for helping so many young musicians discover their passion and their potential.
Thank you.
Once again, I'm Sixteen Ramos, and this has been Innovators Journey, where we celebrate the people turning talent into legacy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.